Hey guys, how's it going? I thought it would be good, good fucking second one to do, or the next one to do after I did all the wonder weapons would be the um tactical equipment slash wonder devices. That's probably what I'll title this. What I titled the fucking tier list, but I was just gonna do tactical equipment, but then I thought, back in the day, people used to call it wonder devices, but basically this is anything that I could find went in your tactical slot, which is like if you play multiplayer, it's basically like your flashbangs or your smoke grenades and shit. There was a couple like the gas grenade on IW because I used like different zombies wikis to kind of find as much as I could because a couple of these I forgot existed. One of them, which I'll get to, I didn't even know it existed. Like I didn't know it was even a thing. Until I fucking looked at it, looked it up, and was like, "What the fuck is this?" So that one's going in never used slash can't remember. Um, but yeah. So yeah, one of them was for some reason the gas grenade, the IW gas grenade, which you could pick up off the ground, which I didn't count any of the IW ones anyway, but it for some reason said it was a tactical grenade on the wiki, even though it's definitely a fucking lethal. I remember I used to pick those things up all the time because the gas grenades were extremely good on Spaceland. Um, but um, but yeah. So originally I was just gonna do Treyarch only, but then I remembered I was like, oh, I gotta add the Jack in the boxes though, and then I remembered, oh, there was a couple in Advanced Warfare. There's three actually. Um, and then I was like, okay, there's really none in IW because there's none you can get from the box. Pretty much the massive majorities of these you get from the box. A couple of them you can build. Um, but yeah, all the IW ones you have to build. Well, no. These two you have to build. These are all in Spaceland. I think they're also, I believe some of them are in Rave too, maybe. I can't really remember, but I know these are all in Spaceland. And you don't build them, you just get tickets and you buy them off the little concession stands. I wasn't originally going to add them, but I wanted to, like I always do, make it as in-depth as possible because I know a lot of people who would do lists like this only ever add Treyarch things and like the meat riding for Treyarch. Not the meat riding, but the lack of acknowledgement on any of the other zombies is kind of crazy. Like even though Advanced Warfare zombies and World War II zombies aren't very good, Infinite Warfare zombies are better than a lot of the shit fucking Treyarch's put out, like Vanguard, Cold War, Black Ops 2, World at War. Um, but yeah. So yeah, some of these aren't really like. The thing is, most of the Treyarch ones are very Wonder-esque themed, minus maybe the Molotov, kind of the Matryoshka dolls, or however you pronounce them. I would kind of consider those enough to be like Wonder. The EMP is definitely not. I would consider the Mortar. Yeah, so pretty much all the Treyarch ones have a theme of that. Also, for a couple of them, like this one, the Rat King Eye, and this, I could not find pictures really, so I had to screenshot like an in-game gameplay and just crop out the thing in the HUD. And for this, I literally couldn't find a perfect, because I had all these as JPEGs or whatever, like translucent, but for the fucking Pegasus Strike, I could not find a good picture of it. I could just find the fucking the unicorn or the horse or whatever the fuck it is, just a picture of it, and I couldn't crop it properly, so I just went into the game, took a screenshot of it, and luckily the transparent thing I used made it pretty transparent. These little things are thicker in game, but I was like, this is good enough. So, oh, I just blew pretty. And then also I should add, for some reason on the Treyarch or on the wiki, I believe this is what they look like, but these are not the same, but they look the same as this. This is the Armageddon. This is the fuck, what is this called again? The repulsor, I think. This thing is the exact same as this from Advanced Warfare. This is the black hole grenade, and this is the portable generator. So yeah, and like I believe the black hole grenade was technically under lethal. in the fucking thing, but I was looking up gameplay and it's in your tactical slot, I believe. So yeah. So yeah, we'll start with list. Also, it's symmetrical again. Like usually you want to have two, like as many above and below, and then you want to have like a medium. So two above, two below, medium. With the wonder weapon list, the weapons I did three below, three above, and then average. That's how I like it. So it's very, you know, symmetrical. But obviously you could say there's three below, but never used doesn't really count towards the list because I only added it really because there's like one I've never used in this whole list, and then there's a couple I don't really remember how good they were. But yeah, we'll start off with the World at War Molotov, which is definitely not really a wonder device, but it was the first thing ever added. It was in all the World at War maps, I believe. Yeah, definitely in all the World at War maps. I mean, it was definitely in Noct and Verrucht, but yeah, it was definitely in all the maps. This is pure dog. It's fucking really bad. Like, I'm gonna say it here, it might be the worst out of all of them on here. Not only is it terrible for damage, even on a low round, but the splash damage on it is fucking incredible. Like, you can throw it from, like, 10 feet away from you, and it'll hit the zombies, and then you'll fucking insta-down from it. Like, these things are fucking deadly against yourself. They're better against your own player that you're playing as than they are the fucking zombie, the zombies. Yeah, this thing's fucking terrible. Like, it's so bad. Like, it's better to just not have it at all and have nothing. But, yeah. Then we got the Monkey Bomb, which obviously the first map it was in was Dariz. It wasn't in Shino. No, yeah, definitely Dariz. God, this is a hard one because I'm not basing this off nostalgia or like what the first ever thing was. I'm just basing these off of how this is kind of different of the Wonder Weapon because it is slightly also my opinion, but this will be a little bit more of how good they actually are. Because I feel like it's easier to rank with like them only being 26 of these. Also, I should add, there's a chance I might have missed one or two, but I don't think so. I think I was pretty thorough on it. Well, there was a concussion from IW, but I believe you have to pick those up off zombies after you kill them, and I was just like, I'm not gonna really consider that or add that. This is really hard because I'm either gonna put it in very solid or average, but the monkey bombs are the OG and everyone dick rides them, but they are very, very weak on high rounds, and they do have the monkey bomb effect, which is really good. But I feel you should always have something that on high rounds can do damage too, so it's not just, you know, on high rounds it's still really useful that it gets the zombies away from you, but I feel like it taking out zombies is a big factor in it too, because some of them, like a good amount of these on this list are infinite damage based, so I'm gonna have to pop this in average because it is really it is really good as a distraction, but it just, like, once you get to around, like, I don't know, 25, 30, I can't really remember as much in World of War and BO1, because I feel like I haven't used it in, like, 3 or 4 years on either of those games. Well, yeah, I don't remember the last time I played World of War. It's probably been, like, 3 years or so. But, at least, BO1 I've played. When's the last time I played BO1? I played Call of the Dead, like, not too long ago. Actually, I played Moon pretty recently because I went back to get a couple of the achievements I never got, so. But the Monkey Moms aren't even on that map, so. I don't. Yeah, no, I don't think so. Because, I mean, there's the Gooches and the QEDs, right? So I don't think they would have 3. I don't think they've ever had 3. I can't really remember, but I'm pretty sure they didn't. But, you know, I'm going to put it in very solid for now because it does look really cool and it's still a very good as a distraction. Not all of these, a lot of these actually on this list are not really, don't really distract the zombies. But yeah, so that's going to go there. Then we got the Gooch, which first map it was in was Ascension, and then it was in Call of the Dead, and then it was in Moon, and it was in the remasters, obviously, but I'm trying to think. Did they ever? They never added it back, did they? Like, outside of the remasters on BO3, obviously. Trying to think. I don't think so. Nothing's ringing a bell. No, I don't think so. Gooch is going in goated tier. The Gooch is extremely fucking good. It doesn't have a. It doesn't doesn't really typically like it doesn't technically have a monkey bomb effect like the monkey bomb does. It doesn't have a distraction effect, but one, it's infinite damage. Two, I mean, it's gonna kill way more zombies than monkey bomb, even if the monkey bomb was infinite damage, because it'll kill the zombies in your horde like instantly, and then it'll last long enough to even if, especially if you're in a very small area, suck in some zombies that are just spawning in. You can also teleport through it. You can jump through it and it'll teleport you to a random spot on the map, which is really cool. So it's also movement based, I guess you can kind of consider it. But it also just sounds and looks a lot cooler than Monkey Bomb. I love the noise when you're winding it up and it's like, and then you throw it and it sounds like it's like a black hole is basically what it is, and it's really cool the noise it makes when it sucks up the zombies, and the area of effect's pretty good, and it's cool seeing the zombies like start running and then they'll start just sliding back. They'll almost be like moonwalking along the ground and then just sucked into it. I love the Gooch device. Super fucking cool. I don't know why they didn't bring it back in more maps. They should have brought it back in like BO3 and BO4. But the Gooch isn't in fucking tag, is it? No, definitely not in tag. But yeah, it's really good. Then we got the Matryoshka dolls, which, God, this is really hard for me. I'm going to put it in very solid right behind the monkey bombs. I know a lot of people would think this is a pretty wild pick, but I really like the Matryoshka dolls. They're very underrated. I think I'm saying that right. I've always wondered if I pronounced that right, but they're really unique. The effect of them popping out is really good, and they do a fucking shit ton of damage. Probably the most damage out of anything in zombies other than like wonder weapons, because I wouldn't really consider this wonder weapons. There's just kind of grenades in it, but anything that's not traditionally like a wonder weapon that uses like weird like alien fucking 115 shit, like the Gooch or like an Apothecary Servant or something, like this is like this could exist. Like Matryoshka dolls with grenades in it have probably existed before. I mean, maybe not, I don't know, not in this effect obviously, but they do a fuck ton of damage against George. They're insanely good against George on Call of the Dead, and they're just good to use. The only thing that's not great about them is they don't have a monkey bomb effect, obviously, but they have a very big area of effect, considering that you throw the nades and they'll pop in different fucking directions, in front of you, behind you, left and right. The other thing bad is you need PhD. If you chuck this at your feet and you don't have PhD, it's gonna kill you. Not instantly, but boom, couple hits, you go red screen, then you'll die within like, for the last nades even come out. You need to have PhD for this, but luckily in all the maps it's in. Is it in Shang? No, it's not in Shang, is it? No. Wait, is it? I can't fucking remember. I don't think so, but yeah, Ascension, Call of the Dead, and Moon is pretty much, you need PhD on all those maps. I mean, you don't, but you need PhD on Call of the Dead, regardless, cause with Scavenger. But yeah, I want to put these in average, but they do so much fucking damage, and like I honestly, I'm gonna put it ahead of the Monkey Bomb. I like them better than Monkey Bomb. I think Monkey Bomb for high rounds, it's actually like, it's close, but I think Monkey Bombs are technically better if you're like a really high round player, because it's something in the bag that you could pull out and it's just like a distraction, not to kill the zombies. But the Matryoshkas are fucking really good, and I'm more basing this off of just kill effects than I mean, I'm just basing it off my opinion on how I like them, to be honest. But yeah. Then we got the QEDs that are only in Moon, I believe, yeah. Came in first map in Moon, last map in Moon. These are really hard to fucking pick, especially on Moon when you have the Gooch and the QEDs. You're always gonna get the Gooches. I mean, if I get the QEDs before in the box, I'll grab them. But this is the one map where I always have to watch myself on when I'm hitting for the box, because I don't want to trade in my Gooches for QEDs by accident. I'm spamming the box, but I have done that a few times. Same with like on Call It an Ascension with the Matryoshkas and the Gooches, but I like the Matryoshkas, so I mean the Gooches I like the Gooch way better, but not way better, but I like them a lot better. It's a lot cooler to use and they're a lot more effective, obviously. But The QED is really hard to fucking rank. Probably the hardest one on this list because one, um, one, fucking Jesus Christ, one sec. One, it's kind of like a mixed bag because I meant to look it up before I did this video. I totally forgot. You can get really good shit. Like, you have a very low chance, but you can literally get like a packed ray gun if you throw one of these down. Or like, I've heard it's possibly a pack wave gun. I've never gotten. I think I've gotten a regular ray gun once, but I've never even seen gameplay of somebody getting a wave gun. But apparently, I believe it's possible. All effects from QEDs. I've looked this up before, but I just want to I actually really want to like see some of the effects because there's random effects. Like, it can, most of the time it'll just explode, be like a little explosion that'll kill zombies, which is okay. I've gotten a bunch of times like throw it down, it randomly teleports you in a random spot. But I know there's some positive ones, there's some neutral ones, and there's some negative ones. Neutral being like it teleports you. That could either be bad or good for you, depending on where you are, how you like to play, or like what you're trying to do with it. There's some positive ones like giving you free perks, I believe. I believe there's ones like can drop like perk bottles or give you free perks or maybe open up perk slots. I want to see just to make sure, but I believe I've heard that before. Effects, an additional identical produces ray gun. Oh yeah, there's the ray gun that shoots in a circle that can kill zombies. That one's okay. Produces a China Lake, same thing. M72 Law. Yeah, same thing. There's a bunch of different guns that can spawn from it. Oh, revives a teammate. That's positive. Downs a player within certain radius. See, that's extremely negative. I do remember there being a couple negatives with it. I remember every time I used it. I used to know a lot of them a lot more, but I remember that like there was one that could down you if you were in the area. It just insta down you, which is obviously extremely negative. This thing is just an RNG machine. So spawns power-ups, pack-a-punch guns. Spawn obviously probably every power-up, max ammos. Spawns a gear size power-up for anyone to take. Can also recharge QED, spawns QED power-up for anyone to take. So other people in your team can take it. Closes an area, an already opened door. Door must be repurchased to open. See, that's really negative. I didn't even know that was a thing. Produce an electric chain similar to the Wonder Off. I knew that. That's good. Explosives similar to Scavenger Shot. That's dope. Explosives similar to those produced by Matryoshka dolls. That's dope. Frag grenade. Produces a black hole like Gooch device. Spawns an ordinary frag. Spawns a Semtex. Teleports player within the vicinity to a random location on the map. Teleports player outside the vicinity. So you could be close or far. Teleports all players regardless of location to a random spot on the map. I didn't know it did that. That's really cool, actually. Spawns a perk bottle. All players gain a random perk. Spawns an anti-perk bottle. I remember this. A red perk bottle that zombies go after if they pick up. All players lose a random perk. Does not affect. I remember seeing that, but I never knew. I've never gotten it. See, that's a really big negative, too. Spawns fire sale. Spawns max ammo. Converts zombies to humans in a certain radius, like the VR11. Dud, the grenade produces no effect. I've gotten that quite a few times. Has a chance to revert Pack-a-Punch weapon to its original version. I was thinking that was one too, but I couldn't remember. That's terrible, obviously. Has a chance to convert a player's weapon into a Pack-a-Punch weapon. So there's a lot of negatives and positives, and with that, I'm gonna have to put it in below average because it's just not worth the risk. Like taking away a perk or downing you or unpacking your gun is not really worth the low chance of even getting like a wave gun or a free perk. Those are the only ones I can think that would be really good to get, because the wave gun can be annoying to get from the box sometimes, and like an extra perk's always really good, especially on BO1 where it's the only way of actually getting an extra perk is like through they're doing the moon Easter egg and you get all the perks. But yeah, the QED looks cool, but it's just too RNG based to be good, or to be like that useful. So I have to put him below average, although it can be cool. So then we got the MP, which I'm gonna put above the Molly because it doesn't do damage to you, but it just basically just can concuss the zombies, I believe. And it's the only thing it is good against really is the Avogadro, which I believe it stuns him for pretty long, which you can just go up and hit him with your knife or with the Galvanuckles. Which is another thing. I might do a zombies knife tier list, but I don't think there's enough to do. There's the regular knife, the Bowie knife, the sickle, the Galvanuckles, the golden spork. There's the spoon version of it, which I don't know if is on Mob 2. I think it's just the golden spork, but there's the spoon on blood. And what else is there? Is there any on BO4? Did they add any new on BO3 or 4? I don't think they did, man. I'm talking straight melee where it's like you click and it knifes. I'm not talking about like melee weapons like the crystal axe and shit. I'm not counting those. And I'm not counting any Cold War type deal shit, but or I wouldn't be, but I think there's only like 5 or whatever. I feel like I'm probably missing 1 or 2, and I feel like there's probably, I don't know, is there any on Advanced Warfare for IW or World War II? I don't know. I can't remember. But whatever. Yeah, the one thing that this thing is pretty bad for is, well, it's just fucking utterly useless in pretty much all areas. Even the Avogadro, you can 2-hit it with the Galvanuckles, so you don't really need to stun it. It's not gonna kill you. This thing is the ultimate grief fucking weapon. Anything on this list, the biggest grief thing. You throw it at the bus and it'll shut off the bus for like a minute or two. I think I explained this in when I was talking about transit in the games tier list. I had 3 friends here. This is probably 7 years ago, maybe 8. And we all played a LAN game. Well, I had internet. I had 2 Xboxes, and my other 2 friends brought 2. And I think there was like 2 of us in my room. I think I said there was 3 of us in my room, or 1 downstairs in the video, but there was 2 of us in my room. One of my friends was downstairs, and one of my friends was like in my playroom or spare room, whatever it's called. And we had a lot of fun playing transit. It was pretty fun. The map's obviously pretty bad, but I remember my one friend got this from the box, and he just kept fucking chucking it out of the bus, and it was pretty funny because I remember it took us like fucking a half an hour to get from like spawn and then to like town, just because he somehow I think you only spawn with 2 MPs, but this motherfucker, I just remember him hitting the bus so many times. But yeah, they're dog shit. They're cool for trolling, I guess, but doesn't really have any actual use. But yeah, then we got the Hell's Retriever. I'm gonna say Hell's Retriever / Redeemer because this is a picture of the Retriever. The Redeemer is the blue version, the upgraded version. The Redeemer is obviously way better. And I was very tempted to add the Retriever and the Redeemer, but damn, I should have done that. Oh, I should have done that because this list, it could have been yeah, I should have done that because then I'd have the Retriever and probably average, to be honest, and I'd have the Redeemer and goated. But should we count this as the I'm either gonna count as both or the Redeemer, the upgrade version. I'm not gonna count it as just the Retriever because the Retriever I'd put it in average probably because it's not very good. To be honest, this thing is really good, but I don't find it very fun to use, and it just recharges so you can keep using it over and over again. It's the main thing, that and the acid fucking trap on mob to get high rounds on, but I don't really find it fun to use, man. The thing is, it recharges, so it's like so OP and shit, right? I'm gonna put in goated. I'm gonna count. Fuck. Damn. I'm gonna put in very solid. It is really good, and it's probably in this whole list, probably in quotations the best because it fucking recharges. Like if the Gooch device recharged every time the how's Redeemer recharged, like it's fast, it would obviously be way fucking better. But the Redeemer, even on high rounds, it can take out, I don't know, round 60, you could probably take out at least 5, 6, anywhere up to maybe 12 zombies. I can't really remember, but like it takes out, you know, an okay amount. And you throw it, you hold it down, throw it, kills zombies, comes back to you, recharges within, I want to say, less than 10 seconds. So just infinite ammo basically. It is very effective, but I've never found it fun to use, but it is really, really good. But yeah, then we got the time bomb. Is that the time bomb? Every time I fucking hear the time bomb now, I just think of the fucking EDP video where he's like, "Is that the time bomb?" is that a time bomb? And like this friend fucking uses this. That video is so funny. Um, this is a hard one to list because this out of all, especially out of all the Treyarch devices on this list, and even a lot of the other ones, this is like one of the least used I've ever, one of the ones I've used the least, just because I've gotten it from the box by a bunch, but I haven't played Buried a shit ton. Like I didn't when it came out. This was like the first map throughout all of like zombies that I didn't play. I can't remember if I played Mob right when it came out, but I think Buried was like the first map I didn't play right when it came out. I watched my brother play it the day it came out, but I just with Mob and like I played a lot of Die Rise when it came out. Funny enough on BO2 the maps right when they came out. I played the shitty ones right when they came out, but the better maps I didn't play. Like I didn't play Origins until I played it like a couple weeks after it came out, I believe, because I had the seasons pass, but I didn't play it again for another year, or like almost a year, like 10 months or something, which is crazy. Same thing with Buried. I didn't play for like I think a couple months after it came out, maybe, and I probably played it once. Didn't really play it again until like a year after. But I watched my brother play it quite a bit. But yeah, the time bomb I'd always get, and I'd throw it down, but I just like never use it because it's just so randy. It's like it actually the only times I did use it is to get the free perks on with the witches. I forget how you do it. You throw down the time bomb, you kill the witch, and then you go back in time, I believe, and then there'd be 2 bottles, or there'd be a bottle still there, and then you'd have to kill another witch and drop another bottle, or you'd grab the bottle and then go back in time, and then you kill it again and drop bottle. It's one of those. But for the fact that it gives you perks, it's really cool. But I feel like it's just not super useful. I feel like in co-op it could be pretty useful if your friend downs, but the thing is, it's hard to say. If you throw it down and then like you realize, oh, I threw that shit 10 rounds ago, I threw it down. You don't want to go back 10 rounds, right? So it could be good if you threw it at the start of the round, all your teammates die, you just pop it, they'll all get back up, they'll have their perks, which is really cool. And the free perks is cool too, but I'm going to have to put it in average because although it looks really cool, it's one of the coolest looking Wonder devices. Maybe even, to be honest, maybe even the coolest in my eyes. Definitely top 3. Definitely top 3. Just in your hands, it looks cool with the little watch. The pocket watch, stopwatch, whatever the fuck that thing is. Or is that a pocket watch? Yeah, I think it is, right? I can't remember. I can't remember. Do you click that or do you click on the time bomb to reverse? I believe you click on that, but maybe it's just a stopwatch with a button on it that does all the rewinding. I don't know. But it just looks really cool in your hand. Now you have the stopwatch thing in your right hand, and you have the time bomb in your left hand. Looks really cool, and the little the I don't know what you call it, like the clock on it or whatever the fuck, is really fucking cool. It almost gets a buff for me because of that, but the thing is, it's just not that useful. It can't kill zombies. The best thing it is for the free perk, but you know, even then, I mean, that's really good, but even then, that's like the only thing I'd really use it for. I don't see myself. I don't think I've ever used it for anything other than that, to be honest, or maybe like just a meme. Like I don't think I've ever actually used it to be useful. But yeah, the main thing is the time bomb just looks really cool. It's not super effective. Then we got the G strikes, the mortar strikes, the G strikes from Origins. I haven't used the G strikes, the mortar strikes a ton because usually it's part of the Easter egg, and every time I play the map, I pretty much never build them. I don't know if I've ever even built the G strikes by myself before. My friends definitely built them a bunch of times we played, but I don't know if I've ever even built them. But these things were really good. To be honest, they do have a monkey bomb-esque effect, and they're similar to the what's the ones on Gorod? Are those called the G strikes or these? No, these are called the G. It's something very similar. Fuck, what are they called? Yo2. No. Gorod G strike. I'm just gonna look up that. They're very similar to. Okay, the G strike, nothing comes up. Lightning strike kills one. What the fuck is that? I can't remember what they're called, but I haven't actually used these in quite a while, but I do remember them just being really good, and they drop mortar from the sky. The only thing that's shitty is you can't use it in the crazy place, and you can't use it anywhere underground. It'll drop from the sky, and it will not go through anything, so you gotta use it out in the open, but of course, Origins is like the most open map ever, pretty much. The only places where you go under something is like where the tank is, where you build the staves in that area, and then all the I guess there is quite a few spots, but all the tunnels to get your wonder weapons, and then I mean the spawn. Gen 2, there's an area. There is quite a few spots, but they're all very small. Most of the map is very wide open. So for that, I'm going to have to put the G-Strikes at the top of very solid. The reason why I wouldn't put them in goated is just because they don't look very cool. And they're pretty, I want to say they're pretty annoying to build, but maybe they're not. I can't really remember how you build them, to be honest. Is it with the tiles? Is that how you build them, or is that to do the upgraded? No, yeah, I think it's with the tiles, right? Yeah, you have to bring the tiles along the path and not touch the dirt and shit. They're very effective, but yeah, just for that, I'm gonna put them there. I still prefer to use them over Hell's Retriever, Redeemer, and the Monkey Bombs. I think I like Machoichkas a little bit more. They're a little bit more fun to use, but I think the Drew Strikes are a lot more effective as they can kill the same or more zombies, and on average, they will kill more zombies. And they also have a Monkey Bomb effect. And they last quite long, I believe, but that's not enough for me to put it in GOAT tier. But then we got the Nanostorm, which I'm going to put in below average, above the QEDs. The only reason that I'm going to put above is because of just the amount of negative effects the QEDs have. I just remember these things slowing down zombies and then doing a little bit of damage over time, and it was like a dome shape, but I just remember them not being very fun to use, and yeah. And obviously the picture, it's kind of scuffed. There should be like shit under here and shit under here, but I could not find it. This is like the only picture I could find, and I wanted to make all of these transparent because I didn't. With the other video, I had to make a bunch transparent, but I didn't want to have them all transparent except like one. It would just look so out of place. So, yeah, yeah, the Nanostorms are hella ass. The only reason I'm not, I mean, they're probably better than Time Bomb, but they just look so much worse, and they're not really that effective. So I'm gonna put them there. Then we got the Distraction Drone, which, God, this is a really hard one because I feel like these things do more damage than monkeys, but they're kind of boring in the fact that you throw it in the air and it just, I mean, it does fly around and then it attracts the zombies and blows up, which is pretty cool, but, I'm gonna have to put it in average, and I'm gonna have to put it above the Time Bomb, though, because they definitely are more effective. But I feel like, I don't know, they're just not as cool, and I don't want to be biased towards, like, Treyarch and, like, be unbiased, basically, towards Advanced Warfare, because I've never really been a fan of Advanced Warfare, obviously. I feel like Advanced Warfare is a little bit better than people give it credit for, just because of the last two maps are actually good. A lot of people should, like, think... I hate when people make tier lists and they put all the World War II, IW, and Advanced Warfare maps really low, except, like, Spaceland. Spaceland is the best map from all three of those games, but I hate when they do that because Descent's a good map. If Descent was on this list, it'd go in very solid. Carrier, probably the back of very solid. Maybe probably top of average actually. And then like maps like Rave would go in top of very solid. Probably Attack would probably go in like back of very solid. Like the non-Treyarch games are very underrated in that way. I mean the World War II maps are all pretty dog shit, but and the first two maps for AW were not very good, probably below average, but Descent, especially Descent's a good map, man. Like I know was it like no J456 or something, put it in like his top 5, which is, I mean, if you put it there, that's fair, but I mean, I definitely don't think it's top even 10. I'd say maybe like the 16th, top 15 maybe, but it'd be like 15th-ish. It's a good map. I don't know, I'd have to look at it again. Maybe it is. Maybe it's as low as like 12 or 13. I probably wouldn't, or as high, I guess. I probably wouldn't put it that high, but yeah, I don't remember if this is on all the maps. I know the Nanostorms were, I believe the drones were, and I don't remember the repulsor thing. But yeah, I'm gonna put. See, the Time Bomb's just so cool, but it's just not effective, man. It's good for getting perks, but it's got to be effective against the actual zombies, and like unless you're in co-op and you're like playing with a shit squad, it's just not effective as not enough. And I want to put the distraction drone in above average, but I just think how it looks, it's just not as cool as the Monkey Bomb and how it looks. So I like that it flies around, but I'm gonna have to put it in there, and I believe it does a little bit less damage than the Monkey Bomb too. So there's that. Then we got the repulsor from AW. I looked up what it did. I don't remember ever using it. I probably did, but I'm gonna have to put in can't remember because I just can't remember using it. But yeah. Then we got the little Arnies. There's obviously the upgraded versions on Shadows and Rev, which are the only two maps it was ever in, I believe. Another shame. But yeah, little Arnies are going and goated. I'm gonna have to put them behind the Gooches because on high rounds, even the upgraded version on Rev and Shadows, they stopped killing that many zombies. They will still kill. I want to say on round 50, they'd still kill maybe. I don't know. I don't know how many they kill. Maybe 10 or something. I don't know. But every time I look at it, it doesn't look like it's killing a whole lot. On low rounds, it will. Up until about 30, it will. But I feel like after that, it just doesn't kill as much. Still kills more than the monkey bombs, which on around 60 or 50, it doesn't even crawler zombies. It just blow up and do some damage, but no visible damage. They all seem to be fine. But with little Arnies, they'll still, up until like, when I got to like 100 and whatever I got to on Rev, and what's the highest I got? I've never went for a high round on Shadows. I got to 50 yesterday and backed out, but I was gonna try to go for 75 and back out, but my friend wanted to play the Modern Warfare beta, so I ended up ending the game. But even on round 50, they were still pretty effective. But I feel like they're not infinite damage, and I feel like they do give you drops, but the upgraded version, I believe the non-upgraded versions don't. The Gooches, I can't remember if the Gooches give drops. I think they do. I'm about 65, 70% sure they do, but I'm not super confident that they do. Shit, I didn't mean to do that. But yeah, the little Arnies look really cool. They probably look a little bit cool. They look a little bit cooler than the Gooches, but the noise they make, I think I prefer the Gooches a little bit in that area. The way they look is really cool with the little squid alien thing, and you shake it and then you throw it. It's really cool. Squid tentacles going everywhere. But effectiveness, I give it to the Gooches always, because you can always jump into them and they're infinite damage. So they're really cool. Then we get the Armageddon. This is very hard to, why is it fucking clicked on? Can I click off any of these? Yeah, there we go. Then we got the Armageddon. Obviously, I put Armageddon, Repulsor, Black Hole Grenade, PG. So you could differentiate them because on the wiki, they have the exact same picture, and I do believe in the map, they just reuse the assets as the same thing, but still being different usages or whatever the fuck you call it. So yeah, especially all of these are from Spaceland, which you can get in the little carts around the map or whatever you call it for tickets. The Armageddon, I had to look up a video because I couldn't fully remember, but then I was like, oh, because I could remember like shit would come from the sky, but I remember it being like right in front of you, but I totally forgot. You basically pop this. I forget what your dude does some weird animation. He like fucking breaks his arm or does some weird shit, but then a fuck ton of meteors come from the sky. Really cool idea, right? But it's not that effective. On co-op, it could be good. Like, let's say all three of your teammates die and you use it, because it could, all the zombies that killed them coming towards you, it could hit a bunch of them, kind of clear some space for you a little bit. But especially on solo, this thing's just hella randy, because it's not really obvious where the fucking mortar or the meteors, I believe is what they are gonna hit. They just kind of hit random spots on the map here and there, so you could use it and literally not kill a single zombie if you had a pile of them. So it's very, very ineffective for that. So for that reason, where should I put this? It's a hard one. I'm gonna have to put this at the top of below average. It could be useful in co-op, but I feel like on every time I use it on solo, I remember not using it that much. It's just not being that great and being too random almost with the QEDs to what you're gonna get with it, like what's gonna happen. I mean, you know what's gonna happen. The meteors are gonna drop, but you could use it and it could kill not a single zombie from what I remember. But yeah. Then we got the Repulse from Advanced Warfare. I believe it does the exact same thing as, or no, from Infinite Warfare. What am I talking about? I believe it does the same shit as the Advanced Warfare one, but I couldn't find gameplay of the Advanced Warfare one to jog my memory even. And the Repulsor, I looked up the gameplay and I did actually remember using it. It just kind of shoots out a kind of like a burst effect. I don't really know how to explain it. It's kind of just like electromagnetic almost-ish, and it just kind of shoots the zombies back from what I remember. I remember this one not being super great either, but where would I rank this one? I'm gonna have to rank this above. I like the Armageddon more on. I'm gonna put it behind the Armageddon. I just remember it not being that great on higher rounds, and I remember it didn't really kill zombies, but yeah, I don't really got much to say about that. Then we got the black hole grenade. This one's kind of almost similar to a Gooch, but a very shit version of a Gooch. Doesn't last as long. The pull-in effect isn't as good. I believe you only got one of them. Do these? I can't remember in IW when you buy them off the racks. I think they do recycle. Yeah, I believe they do. No, actually, I don't think they do. I can't remember honestly. But these were not bad. I'm gonna have to actually put this at the top of average because it was similar to a Gooch. It was like a little black hole teleporter that opened up and it would suck them in. The effect wasn't as good. Didn't last as long. I don't believe you. I don't think you can jump into it. I don't think you can jump into it. I think it would just jump right through it. But I can't really fully remember. But yeah, then we got the portable generator, which would teleport you. You'd throw it down, and it would teleport you. You run through it, and it teleport you back to basically where the main teleporter is in Spaceland, right in the middle, smack in the middle of the map. Which is pretty cool. I would probably put it behind the time bomb because I don't know. It was cool. It was good for like if you wanted to get back, but I felt like it was kind of a waste of tickets. You just run there, and if you're trapped, I feel like it's not really that good because it can't kill any zombies. So yeah, I'll have to put that there. Then we got the rewind. You basically just pop it, and it would rewind. You would literally see game like how do I explain this? Say you're shooting zombies, you kill one, you kill two, you kill three, you jump, you click it. It would basically jump you back, show you. I believe it would show you kill the other zombie. I can't remember if it would do the zombie killing, but it would basically track your movement back from 5 seconds identically. 1 second. I just had to shut my door. It would basically track your movement from the past, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 seconds maybe, and it would rewind you. Generally pretty useless, to be honest. I would have to put this in. Jeez. See, I'm trying to think if you were in the middle of a horde of zombies and you used it, I don't know if it would like pull you out of them. I can't really remember, but yeah, I do remember using this thing, but is it pure dog? I don't know. I'm gonna have to put it in pure dog at the top of pure dog, just because like I feel like there's just like no use for it. I feel like it's just very useless, and like there's no really scenarios that it would be good in. But yeah, then we got the what is this thing called? Fuck, I forgot what this thing's called. Shit. IW Spaceland Equipment. I can't remember what it's called, even though I was looking at it. Ticket vendor. See what we got in the ticket vendors. Look, okay. I believe it's a transponder. I believe that's what it was, right? Okay, yeah, it's a transponder. This one's actually cool. You throw it down, and it's pretty similar to the portable generator, but you throw it down in any random spot, and then you still have a switch basically in your inventory. And I think it was a switch that you just click, and basically you run around the map for. I think it would sit there forever. You go 30 rounds. You get trapped. You click it. It'll teleport you back to the exact spot you put, which I actually think is really cool, and pretty effective. Like if you are ever like too lazy to run back, like say you're really far, like where the bumper cars are, and you want to run back way over to where the fucking chomp alligator thing is, you throw one down there, and let's say you're just like over on the other side, and you're like, fuck, I don't want to run all the way. You click it, teleport you instantly there. Actually pretty cool and effective. I actually do like this. I would honestly have to give this. I know this is like probably pretty what's the word? Controversial pick, but I'd probably have to put that right about Let me think about this. Damn, this one's hard because it can't kill any zombies. But if you're trapped, it's super quick when you click it. From what I believe, or what I remember, you click it and it'll instantly teleport you there. So if you get trapped, it's probably really good to have on you. It'd be shitty if you got trapped right near where it was, but yeah, I think I would enjoy using this more than monkeys. I don't know, monkeys are just kind of they're cool, but I feel like if you get trapped, especially, this could be like the best, like quite possibly in this whole list, the best thing. Because from what I remember, you clicking it is very quick. Where with the portal generator, there's a animation of you having to pull it out and kind of throw it down, right? And you have to run into it too. With this, you just click a button and it instantly teleports you. So I have to put it there because it's I don't know, it's just really cool and effective if you get trapped. It doesn't kill any zombies, of course, but I feel like from what I remember, it was really fun to use, and I think it was the one I used the most on Spaceland. Um, but I don't know, I just really like that idea too. It's weird. But then we got the Zombies Be Gone from Shaolin Shuffle. I built this a few times. I remember actually, first time I built it was earlier this year. I remember never knowing there was buildables on this map until like earlier this year when I played it again, going for a bunch of the achievements because I basically played every single zombie map again that I missed the achievements for on the Xbox because I originally had obviously played IW on the PlayStation because that was when it was on its exclusives or whatever and it came up first. So, but yeah, I played this recently. I never knew you could build these, so I built them because there was an achievement for it, I believe. But yeah, I remember watching. I had to look up gameplay to remember not remember what it was like, but just to kind of jog my memory a bit because I kind of did remember. But I remember the guy in the video saying they were dog shit, and that wasn't my interpretation of when I used them. I remember them being pretty decent actually and fun to use. Basically, just a body you throw down, and it's almost like a vat of. It's called Zombies Be Gone. Or Zombie Gone, Zombie Be Gone, something like that. And it's like a vat of just like a puddle of like almost acid, and the zombies would kind of just melt into it. The area of effect wasn't super big, but I remember enjoying using these, so I'm gonna put this right about there. I don't think they really had the effectiveness of killing a ton of zombies, but to be honest, actually, I'm gonna bump it up to there. I really like how it looks. It's just super bright and vibrant. And to be honest, I'm pretty sure they recharge like twice a round or something. And if you have a really good pit of zombies, it'll kill probably a little over half of them. I remember them being actually pretty good. Maybe they're not good for high rounds, but I remember them being pretty fun to use. And technically, if they recharge twice around, which I believe they did, would be extremely good. Like you don't need a max for these shits to recharge. But yeah, really good, and I believe they're only in Shaolin, so Randy. Then we got the Rat King's Eye, which is the only one on this whole list I've never used. I'm gonna have to pop it in never used. This is the only one I didn't even know existed. I didn't know existed. Well, technically, actually, I never knew these existed either. But I didn't know these existed till like yesterday. I was looking up all of them in IW. I was looking at showed all Repulsor, Armageddon, all that shit, and I was like, Rat King Eye, what the fuck is that? And then I remember I looked up gameplay and I looked up King Eye IW, and it was like how to build. I'm like, huh. And then it showed how to build it, and it was like a part of an Easter egg. It was either part of the Easter egg or it was just like an Easter egg buildable thing, kind of like the Mortars or like the Hell's Retriever or some shit. But it's Shaolin. Shaolin's like the second worst map other than Beast in that game, in my opinion. Still not a bad map. I mean, Beast's a bad map, but still not a bad map. I put it in like low average. Maybe I'd probably put it in below average, but like top of below average. But yeah, the only thing I really don't like about it is the cheat powers in that map. I think that ruins it. I actually like the layout of that map, but I don't like the cheat powers, and the 70s theme isn't really my favorite. Same with the soundtrack. Probably my least favorite soundtrack on that whole game, other than Beast. I wouldn't really count Beast because I don't remember the soundtrack on that, but yeah. Apparently from gameplay that I saw, it basically just pulsates and maybe lets you see through walls or some shit. I couldn't really understand what it did from the gameplay I was looking at, but yeah. Then we got the Jack in the Box, which is a straight up ripoff of Monkeys, but is Damage-wise, it might even be better on high. I don't know. I think the highest round I've ever gotten to on World War II is like, dude, I got to like 33 on Groskin House, which is one of the hardest maps of all time in Zombies history. Um, I got to that might be the highest round I've ever gotten to on World War II Zombies. I feel like I've gotten higher on the Final Reich, but these things were in that map and were extremely good for it because there was an achievement for getting like around 25 or 30 or something like that. But I'm gonna have to put these right about there. I'm gonna have to put it at top of average. Um, mm, no, I'm gonna put it right behind the monkeys because they're just so similar to the monkeys, and honestly, I kind of prefer the look of them a little bit better. I like the little jester zombie clown looking thing. But the monkey, it's basically just a copy and paste of the monkeys, so I have to give the monkeys a little bit more because they're more iconic and obviously and all that obviously. But I think they're so similar that I gotta put them right beside each other to be honest. Then we got Homunculus. This is going in. Oh, dude, where am I gonna put Homunculus, man? I know where I'm gonna put it as far as the tiers go, but I'm trying to think like where would I put it in front of him behind. I'm gonna put it right there. The Homunculus. These all three are very, very similar, but very, very different at the same time. In my opinion, Gooch best overall for just use because I mean it's infinite damage. These two are the Homunculus are too, and Little Arnies are pretty close. I want to say, but um the the Gooch is, in my opinion, the coolest audio. Like the noise when you wind it up is so sick. Best overall use because you can go through it and it kills zombies really fast. But the Homunculus, while you're using it, is the coolest looking. I feel like when he's jumping around, it's cooler than the black hole effect. He's bouncing around looks so cool. Of these three, I think probably the Little Arnies are the coolest looking and the coolest ones when you pull them out. But the Homunculus is pretty close too. It's cool how you pull him out. He's like, rah! He's got the little fucking what is this thing called? Like a not a hatchet. I forgot what they're called. But yeah, Homunculus is really sick too. I've always really liked. I wish they had an upgrade for it because I don't think they ever had an upgrade for Homunculus. But it was on all the Chaos maps on Black Ops 4. Obviously, it was in 9. Voyage, Dead of the Night, and it was in Dead of the Night, right? And I believe Ancient Evil, right? Yeah. So yeah, hella good. Then we got the Pegasus Strike. This Ancient Evil might be yeah, it's got to be the best map of all time as far as equipment goes. Literally got the Pegasus Strike and the Homunculus. Super fucking good, both of them. Where would I put this, man? This is really hard because on paper, I think the Pegasus Strike's a little bit better than the Gurch's. I think it can kill a little bit more zombies, and it's really cool with the unicorn or the fucking horse or whatever. It's a unicorn, right? I feel like that's wrong, but basically the flying horse. I think it's a unicorn, but I feel like that's wrong for some reason. Him above the staff. He's like above it, and he basically is like electrocuting all the zombies near it, zapping them and shaking, insta-killing them. But it lasts so long, and it recharges. But I can't really count that because like all the equipment's recharge in BO4, so I can't really count that because that's more of a game play mechanic. But yeah, fuck, that's hard. In my opinion, I love the Pegasus Strike. I'm gonna have to put it second to the Gurch's. The Gurch's just sound cooler, and it has the teleport effect. Not only is it extremely good for killing zombies, but it also has an effect where you can jump through and teleport to a random spot, which is it's just a bonus, right? the thing is too, the Pegasus Strike there is a negative in it that when you right as you go to use it for a second, it's not a big negative, but it'll stun lock you, like it'll lock you in a spot, and then you place it down. You can't run and place it down. Where with everything else, Gurches you pull out and you can run and throw them. Homunculus you can throw them with the Pegasus Strike. It locks you into place because I mean it's super stationary. You can just see the pole just basically sticking in the ground. I don't know why you can't run and throw like drop it, but it's the only thing negative. It's pretty cool. I mean, it is really cool looking in the fact that it is basically like the only wonder weapon that you throw down in like a fucking maybe not actually. No, definitely not actually, but something does spawn from it basically, which I mean, I guess a lot of these do something like Black Hole spawns from this, Unicorn spawns from this, the little Arnies spawn from this. Technically, you can see it, but you know, the more I mean, technically not, but I don't know. It's super unique and cool. Then we got the Samantha Boxes, which I'm gonna have to put at the very top of very solid. The mortars are definitely, and the Hell's Redeemer are definitely better for killing zombies because they kind of fucked up with the Samantha Boxes. They're a little bit weird. The overall look of them, they're really fucking sick. Maybe the coolest looking device because you throw it down and Samantha Maxis comes out of like a little portal out of the ground and she basically just like lifts up zombies and then just fucking squishes them together, like shoots them out. I believe she like pushes them all together and just shoots them out, kills those zombies, which is it's so fucking cool. Like it in action is the coolest looking wonder weapon, but the only thing is doesn't have a monkey bomb effect. All of these do. Well, no, the Gooch technically doesn't have a monkey bomb effect, which is some people would probably be saying is weird putting in the top, but it basically does because anything in your pretty close vicinity, it'll suck them in. I love the Gooch devices. They're so fucking sick. Part of me does know that these two are like better than it, but at the same time I don't think they are. I just like the Gooches so much. But the only shitty thing is it doesn't pull them in, but it has a very weird area of effect. It's not like the Gooches where it'll keep sucking them in. You throw it down and right as she locks onto the zombies, that's it. She can't pick up anymore. So if you have a really combined horde, like very close horde, and you throw it in the middle of them, it'll be very good because it'll get all those zombies. But if you throw it into zombies that are spaced out, like there's a group of them here and then there's like a few spaced out, it'll miss quite a few that aren't in a vicinity of like the circle of it. It'll instantly like activate, and in that circle, anything in it will get lifted up. If any zombies are even slightly outside of it, instantly the Samantha box will not do anything. Even when it explodes, I don't think it'll hit any of the zombies on the way out. It might, but that's the only thing is, it's kind of not annoying to use, but it's kind of a little bit less as easy as a lot of these. Like a lot of these you throw down and it's just like you can throw it down anywhere. You don't got to be like, this is one of the ones you have to be accurate with because you got to be like, make sure, like if you want to get as many zombies as possible, you got to make sure you're hitting, it's landing in the vicinity, not a very close vicinity, but a pretty close vicinity, a lot closer than like the Gooch device. Because once that goes up, like the zombies on the outside, they'll be completely fine. But the main reason is it still will kill a whole horde if you're accurate every time. It won't kill anything more than that, but I don't think, well, yeah, no, because once they don't die like slowly like the Gooch does. It's not killing them. It won't kill them over time like the Gooch, Pegasus Strike, like all four of these will. It doesn't kill them over time. Like you throw a Gooch, it'll kill zombies. As those zombies are getting killed, more will spawn in. With this, if you have a full horde and you throw them up in the air, none more are going to spawn in until they all die. So, and then the thing's rendered useless. But it's still really effective. It'll still kill a whole horde. It's probably okay if you get trapped because if you throw it at your feet, it'll just launch up everything really close. But it's definitely not great up close. Like the best thing up close if you get trapped in this whole list is this. Probably is the why am I forgetting the disruptor? Why am I forgetting what it's fucking called? Jesus Christ. That's just this transponder, because you literally just click out a button and it'll instantly teleport you. Where with pretty much everything on this list, it either the pullout is too slow if you get trapped, or it just takes too long. Like if you get trapped, you cannot pull out and crank a monkey and throw it. Like you're dead. Same thing with pretty much all these. The load up time is just too slow. This might be decent. Like you might save yourself with that. Same with the Nanostorm, something that you just instantly throw down. But a lot of these all have little animations. A lot, like pretty much everything has little animation. I mean this one, but this one's not very good if you get trapped. Pretty much everything has little animations. I don't think this does. This would be good too, actually. Pretty much everything except, I guess the Molly. I guess these three. The QD, the Nanoswarm, the Zombie Be Gone, Transponder, all have animation, and this, and the Hell's Redeemer, all have animations for pullout. So, yeah, I don't know about these two, but, yeah. So then we got, finally at the last spot on the list, we got the Casimir, K something. I always thought these were exactly the same as the Gooches. They're in Cold War. Yeah. I totally forgot they looked different and they were called something different, but they have basically the same thing. But the reason that they're in Cold War, I'm actually, you know what? I'm going to look up a little bit of, I've used them a couple times, but I can't remember. But I can remember enough to, let me just, Casimir Cold War. Let me just look up, let me just look up, little tiny sliver of gameplay. This dude throw this fucker down. See this? Let's see this shit. He picks it up off the ground. Okay, this shit literally has no fucking pull. That's actually crazy. This shit actually. Ooh. Well, this shit looks like it has a bigger area of effect than the Gooch devices too. I'm not putting it above the Gooch devices, but these things might be the best actually ever, because they don't. You literally just throw them, and it looks like it. It looks like it lasts a little bit less than the Gooches, but it looks like it has the same. Other than that, I don't know if you can teleport through them, but because they're from Cold War and I don't really like them. I haven't used them that much, and they don't look cool at all. I'm gonna have to put it right about there. I was actually, when I was originally looking at this, I was gonna put an average, but dead ass, I forgot that they were really good. So I have to put them there because they're still very effective. Also, there's two of them. I couldn't find a picture of one of them, but I'm still much more enjoying using Samantha Boxes any day, and even the Matryoshka dolls and shit. But they're so good, I gotta put them up a little bit more. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't think this video should be too long. I think I probably took about 40 minutes or something, but I like to talk, so yeah. The next video I might do like a character ranking video. I'll probably do a character ranking video, and then eventually I might do a for zombies, at least the next one. I might do a crew ranking video, like all the crews ranked after I do the characters ranked. I think that'd be really cool. But the next one I think I want to do is characters ranked. I'm not gonna do base weapons because I don't find shit like that very very interesting. I don't really like all like BO3 like base weapons ranked like that. I don't really. I'll never do that probably. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and yeah.